how unpleasant and good and wonderful is to be pleased, is to have everyone under authority in obedience, making us happy all the time. That is really good. That bringing to us life, and we have all our desires. We have all our desires to be filled, to be fulfilled. We're gonna be happy because everyone is obeying us. That's good. But for that, we had to fulfill as well. Because it's not just that people need to please us. We must please those that we had to please. So, I want to be obeyed. I must obey. Because everyone has a certain level of authority. But at the same time, everyone has to fulfill the level of obedience to those who are above. Because there is no one without authority. Even the Lord himself has something to obey. You don't know what the Lord obeyed? Ask me. Tell you. But I'm going to give you a clue. The Lord himself submitted himself to his own word. And then he's happy. Now, the Lord Jesus says that because of this disobedience, we cannot receive obedience. The book of Matthew chapter 16 verse 4. He's speaking about a generation that did not submit themselves to the rules that were given to them from the beginning. The Lord Jesus himself speaks to the Pharisees and all these people that were practicing the law. They were imposing, that were in authority to be leaders of a group of people, to be the teachers, the leading people. But because they themselves left the justice way, they did not submit themselves to their own authority, the Lord took away the authority that were given from the beginning, isolating them. And at the end, they ended carrying the authority with them, but nobody submit to them, nobody obeyed them, letting them isolated, just with the name of authority. Yes, they do have authority, but nobody obeys them. So they had just the name, but they were not pleased. They were not happy. Why? Because they only had something that were producing nothing. They had something that produced nothing. I mean, there is no profit when we have a name and we get nothing in return. And what is good is to have something and to have something in return from it. That will make us happy. Otherwise, we will be unhappy. Now, look again. Look in the book of James, chapter 4. And it says that, it makes a question. It says, from where this unhappiness? From where these divisions? From where these fightings? From where all this rubbish, all these things that produce you isolation, unhappiness, that are damaging you? From where it comes from? Easy. The answer themselves. He said that it comes from your infidelity, from your adulterous behaviors. Because asking and asking for yourself, and you're not ready to give anything. So you're not sitting, you're not giving, you know you yourself not obeying, so you will receive nothing. That's what it says there. If you are not obeying, if you are not submitting myself, I will be isolated and nobody will submit to me. If I am in a position that I am not obeying my own authority, there is no one under my authority that is going to please me. So don't think that you had to make your father and mother to submit yourself. No. That's not going to be. It's not what the Lord proposed from the beginning. Me, I had to submit myself to my father and mother. When I do that, then my children will submit to me too. But it's not on me, it's not about me. It's the Lord Himself that will make sure that happens. In return of my submission and obedience. So let's be people who really obey what we have been given to us for us to obey. Then it will be also in return the same. And then we're gonna start to feel this happiness and together working in a family, in a team, having in return what we're expecting. Let's not think that our authorities that are above us, let's not think that the authority that is above us need to submit and obey us. No. That is wrong. We need to understand that those who submit and obey us are only those who are under our authority. But that is only going to happen when we submit ourselves to our authority. But that's why today's days the world is isolating and bringing more divisions among us. Children do not speak to parents. Why? Because they want the parents to do what they want. If the parents do not please the children left them. Shut up. You're not good enough for me. And then they end in going their own life, forgetting it. They don't even want to speak to parents. So they become isolated and empty. Creating an empty space in there, full of desires, but nothing fulfilled it. Living an empty life. Living a continuous greeting life. Unhappy, not knowing where to find the solution for it. But the solution is easy. When you submit yourself, everything is going to submit to you too. Everything that is to be submitted. Because not everything needs to submit to you. It's only just one part. Because we had to submit ourselves, because always going to be an authority above us. We had to submit ourselves, we had to obey ourselves, our bit. So we had to fulfill our bit, then those things that have been given to us will be submitted. Infidelity has come around us and has deceived us. Let's get into the truth again. Let's become humble and submit ourselves. Do not think that your parents need to please you all the time. It should not be that way. You got to please them, by then you will be pleased. Because also those who are under your authority, those that you are parent of them, they will obey and submit to you and make you happy. There is the secret. If things going astray in the right place, we're gonna be living the happiness that it's supposed to be, and we'll become happy people that live according to the way that had been organized from the beginning. I'm gonna be continuous living in happiness. And goodbye empty life, goodbye sadness, and goodbye all those things that produce bitterness in us. So if your parents don't do what you want, not to worry. It should not be. It's just that's the way. But for now, let's recap again Matthew 16:4, analyze it, and compare with James chapter 4. And you will see that we had to produce, we had to give before we receive. And goodbye adulterous behaviors and infidelity. And goodbye sadness and isolation. And we're gonna start to live fully life and abundant life in Jesus' mighty name. The Lord bless you and the Lord keep you. And let's behave the way the Lord organized from the beginning. Goodbye. God bless you.